I think the process of changing from fear and moving into courage and moving into a more positive and joyful experience is actually, in some cases, there's a lot of grieving, I think, that has to happen in that process too, because you've moved out of fear, but you've also, there is loss in this change too. And I think that even no matter how bad the situation was that you left, there's still loss in leaving it. And I think that it's actually okay to grieve that loss and to experience that loss, and that eventually, as you let go of fear and you let go of grief, then that creates the space for love and joy and other more positive feelings to come in. And so there is a place where you do move beyond the fear and the loss, and you can move into the joy and the future. I think that so often we give compassion to the person who has been hurting us or who has hurt us in the past, in order to preserve the relationship and in order to keep that relationship going up till this point. And so there's, I think, a lot of people have given a lot of their own compassion to the other person. They understand that they really don't mean to hurt them, that they understand that they're a human being with flaws and all of that. And while there may well be some part of that other person that does deserve the compassion, I think that there's a misplacement of having too much compassion for the other person and not seeing that it's really important to have the compassion for yourself.
And one thing that I want to share with you that I've learned spending time with my dad before he passed, which has had such an impact on my life. He was 83 years of age, and he said to me, "You're young. You need to spend time with you." His mind was very fertile and active and vibrant. His body was wasted. He did not want to live. And he said, "Only the other day, I was 40 years of age. And I don't know where all the time went to. I'm 83 and I don't want to live. My body's not cooperating with me," he said to me. "And I've got all this active, fertile mind," because he was very lucid and everything. He said, "So I want you to live. I want you to understand that this time goes so quickly. You look back and he wanted to know, where did all the time go to?" And so for me, like Oprah would say, that was a light bulb moment. Because in my own life, I look back and I was just 25 and I'm looking at myself and thought, he's right about this.
A great thing that you can do, a great exercise that you can do that will help with acknowledging loss and pain, is quite simply to take your hand, take a pen, put it on a piece of paper, and draw your hand, outline your hand. And in your hand outline that's on the paper, take a finger, take a piece of a finger, take your thumb, take your palm, and on that write all the different things that you have lost, all the different kinds of pain that you've experienced. What that does, when you look at it, when you sit back and you look at it, is you can see, in fact, that the things you've experienced have had a big impact on you, but they're not all of you. It's kind of an interesting exercise to then go and draw that again a month later, or a month after that, or a month after that, and see how that's changed. What parts of the picture are smaller now? What parts are bigger? How has your experience of your own loss changed? over that time period. As we become familiar with our loss and our pain, as we start to really see it for what it is and understand, and get comfortable with it, it changes. And the change is what actually sets us free. So when you can look back on stuff, and it might seem like, oh my God, I'll never be able to do this, but when you can go back and look back on things that you've happened, and they're just things that have happened, they no longer hurt, then you'll know that you have made it through that part of your journey, that part of the pain. It's just something that's happened.